This is the real concrete jungle.
Where I'm from, yeah. I'm from a concrete jungle in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
The concrete jungle.
Welcome to the Concrete Jungle Podcast, in-depth artist interviews, where we'll be diving a little deeper with some of your favorite artists from all around the world and introduce you to some dope people you never knew you needed to know. Shout out to the Concrete Jungle Clothing, sponsoring all your dope local and international island hip-hop artists. Follow us on all social platforms, hashtag everything the Concrete Jungle Podcast. And if y'all new to the channel, subscribe, check it out, hit the latest episodes available now on YouTube. Tonight, we have a special guest back in the Concrete Jungle, multi-talented young Uso entrepreneur artist out here making some serious noise, yo. He was one of our first artists that we introduced y'all to on the platform here. So, as a reintroduction, he needs no reintroduction. Please welcome to the Concrete Jungle, Matoka Ma'u, straight out of west side of Anaheim, California. Matoka, Villiami, yo.
The Concrete Jungle.
What up? What's good? Concrete Jungle over here.
Yes, sir. Oos, catch us up. How you doing? How you been, man? It's been a little bit of some time and some change. What's up?
No, man, I mean, day to day, can't complain, just working, been tapping in with more family recently, just trying to balance everything out, keep everything, on an even keel.
Man, life's about that balance, ain't it? Especially when you're on that career path and that grind that you on, especially as an artist right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Those of y'all who are tapping in with the Concrete Jungle, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we are reintroducing Villiami here. He's been on the grind for a minute. Been doing his thing for a few years now. He's been, putting in some work. Straight out of Orange County, west side of Anaheim, California. You know what I'm saying, Oos?
Yep.
Give us some background, Oos. What you been up to? What's good? What's been cooking, bro?
Man, I just dropped this EP not too long ago called Summertime 2009. It's a little different from most of my projects. I feel like it's my best work yet. I'm actually working right now on the deluxe version of that. We're about to wrap that up today. So other than that, just been trying to work with more artists out here in Orange County, trying to solidify this Juice County presence within the music, while at the same time, obviously pushing the polyculture in the music. You know what I mean? Trying to give our people a little bit more shine. So I've been on the hunt for more poly artists to collab with as well. So yeah, man, I'm just building right now and collaborating as far as the music, and then outside of music, I got the Catch 22 clothing brand popping right now. We just threw up the website not too long ago, so yeah, we're just starting to get the clothes out to the people and get the community more involved. And
let's talk about that real quick. So since the last time we talked, you were steady grinding on the music, pushing out those little movies. You basically making movies with those music videos. You got the Catch 22 clothing line. How'd that come about?
My boy Manny, I knew him from like way back when I started rapping. He was rapping at the time as well. And we met each other back then. We didn't really talk like that. A couple years passed by. And I had a little bit more of a team now helping me push the music. So Manny got wind of that. He found me again. He hit me up. He's like, hey man, I got this clothing brand. I think you should rock it. And around that time, that's when I started pushing my birthday, pretty much May 22. I started putting May 22 in the music a lot more. So when he saw that, he's like, hey, you're May 22, let's Catch 22. Let's see if we can make something happen with this. It just makes sense. So I started buying some clothes from him at first, and then he's just started blessing me with some new merch. Whenever I used to have a show or when I had videos. So it just started off just like showing love to each other, whatever we had going on. And then it eventually evolved into a partnership where he's like, yeah, man, you help me promote these clothes, and then you can promote your music through here. So it's a Catch 22. It's a Catch 22 for the most part. Yeah. So, yeah, man, I just been pushing that right now. But like I said, I'm wrapping up the music. I really feel like at this point, the music is not that hard to do at this point. Like it's just making itself. So yeah, I think my focus is drifting more into the clothing brand for right now. I'm trying to get that more established out here, you know.
That's dope, man. When you was kind of explaining the details of that, I'm picturing like the promo video shoot on the 22 freeway over here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That would be pretty dope, man. You know what I mean? So that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
man.
You know, you building from that. And you were saying, bro?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, just that we've been steady building it for a couple months now. So it's just it just feels good to finally get it off the ground and finally, you know, get more people rocking with the brand. A lot more people are getting the clothes and understanding the message behind it. A lot more artists are starting to see it, and it's bringing artists together in a collaborative effort as Juice County artists together.
Juice County, baby, you know what I'm saying? They sleeping, bro.
Yeah,
They sleeping.
man.
If you don't know, now you know. Straight up, some of the best
Juice
artists
County.
coming out of Orange County. Straight up.
Juice County, Oose County, all that.
I love that. Orange County.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Other than that, I just been doing a lot more shows. I just got done with True Fest not too long ago. That's the True 100 Radio.
Let's talk about that. I seen that you was vlogging with the Road to True Fest. How'd that go, man?
Yeah, man. It was good. It was good. It's just I feel like we take a lot of we take the same approach and put the same effort into the preparation as well as the actual live performance. So it's been like a lot of rehearsals, a lot of rehearsing. You know, just figuring out you know, who to bring on the set and collab with, and pretty much just figuring out how to give people a good show every time. How we could switch it up, you know, how to sneak in the new music, you know. So, but other than that, it's been fun. I've just been performing a lot more, so it's good to get back out on the stage, regular circuit of shows and everything like that.
Ain't nothing like that live stage performance, interacting with the crowd, straight up. That's like on a whole nother level right there.
For sure. Yeah.
Straight up, man. So like, let's talk about this real quick, man. So like, how has the progress been since one of your familiar tracks in the beginning, Things You Do, to today, where you got the double up track? How's the whole transition progress been?
I feel like the content of the songs has like spread out a little bit. Yeah. So other than like from Things You Do, I felt like I was that song was one of my first like vulnerable songs. Even though I was like doing my thing like lyrically on it and the flow and everything, I think that's what caught people's attention about it. But what made it really settle in for people, because Things You Do is a very favorite song of mine for some people. And I feel like people got a closer look at me as Villiami, like a person, instead of just the artist. So I just decided to build off of that, really, off of that type of song, to put in a little bit of my life, a little bit of my story in these songs, you know. Not really wanting to give people the whole story yet, but like, you know, little chapters of it. So that's where we went to double it, where I'm kind of talking about like, you know, just get your money, man. There's a lot of, in this music industry, you know, like, you know, they say that being a rapper is like the most dangerous job in the world right now.
No shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm trying to like switch that narrative over to where it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to lie and pretend like hip hop don't love the beef. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to pretend like that ain't part of it. But, you know, like me and my Coco Panda that was on that song with me, shout outs to Panda. We was just talking about it and we're like, yeah, you know what? Like, we just focus on the money. You know what I mean? Like, if we're going to focus on anything, focus on the money, because that's what's going to create more opportunities for our people, especially in this industry. And I feel like that's what we were just trying to push. Like, yeah, you know, a lot of rappers can talk about this and that, what they do in their songs, A, B, C, D. But at the end of the day, like, you know, real ones know what they do. And it don't ever got to be explained if it's understood.
If you know,
yeah, man. So I just feel like, you know, some things just ain't meant for the music. And I feel like that narrative has been pushed a lot in a lot of music nowadays, where it's like, it's always negative. So I felt like we needed to go at that element. Like I told Panda, like, we need to attack that element and be like, nah, like, we want to say something different. And, you know, if you don't like it, I mean, you must be broke. because you don't like it, you must be broke. Because I mean, hey, like
Those motherfuckers is mad.
how you gonna not like a song talking about money? Well, we just telling you to get your money up. So I feel like that was necessary at that time. So Double It came from just like a real feeling. Like, you know, I feel like we need to change the narrative, and that's how you get projects like Summertime 2009, where it's like a little chapter of my life. Like I said, people get to know Villiami more as a person than just an artist.
That's real.
So, yeah.
I'll say this too, and when we had this conversation previously about your music, you do allow yourself to be vulnerable on the tracks. A lot of artists don't do that, you know what I'm saying? Especially in rap. You know what I'm saying? You can go through many genres of music. A lot of them, they're scared to put their heart on their sleeve and just put it out there. You've been doing that for a minute. What I love about your music, Toko, is that you take that lyrical side, but then you get them beats that smacking in the club. It's like, bro, this combination right here. You know what I'm saying? That's hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I try to make it make sense sonically. I mean, if it sounds good to the people, then they're gonna gravitate towards the message if the music sounds good. So. Yeah, I'm happy that I figured out that formula. So
that's dope, man. And I appreciate that you're pushing that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, hip hop in its truest art form in the culture, you know what I'm saying? It gets lost. The message gets lost. And when we got artists like you out there who's putting in, you know, the emphasis and what it started from, but we don't have to say like I'm a backpacker, you know, I'm an MC, I'm a beat. You ain't gotta say all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta put your work in. You know what I'm saying? Like Busta Rhymes recently said, it's not about being the best out there, it's about adding to the culture. Just add your story to it.
Yeah, for sure. It's about adding value to whatever's out there right now. So yeah, man. Other than that, like, I just feel like it's a lot of repetition. I mean, there's always been repetition in the game. If you really look at like every decade of music that we had, there was always like that one sound or one subject that everyone just kept repeating over and over and over, you know? But I feel like as an artist, if you're able to talk about many different things from your perspective, I mean, you know, that's what makes it relatable to people. And that's what makes people want to rock with your music, not even just your music. They rock with you as a person now. They come out to your shows and you end up being like a big inspiration. And that's for me, even to this day, that's like I'm still getting used to that. When I meet people and like, yeah, man, I heard things you do. That was one of my, I remember so many people coming up to me after Things You Do dropped saying like, man, I just broke up with my girl, dog. That shit hit me. Like, oh man, I just, me and my girl just got married, man. We love that song and this and that. So to get it from both sides like that is good. You witness the power of music, and then that's very, very, very amazing to me. And it's something I definitely never take for granted, you know?
I think that's what speaks as proof in your longevity as continuing to do music. Because as I was just doing a little bit more research, getting, ready for our interview, I'm tapping back into the music. And as I'm watching Things You Do, I'm like, this shit hella relevant to today. You know what I'm saying? Just the status of people, relationships, and how people treat each other, and what their concept of the way you're a role as a man and lady is in the relationship. Like that sounds pretty deep. Like shit, throw one of them club beats on that shit, remix that shit, bring that shit back out, because that shit's deep, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, low key, I've been wanting to perform that song again, but I'll probably bring it out again, one more time. But yeah, man, I appreciate everyone like that takes the time to like go back in the catalog and listen to all the old Villiami, and then make their way back to the new stuff and be like, oh man, when people rock with the music, that's a good feeling. But when they actually peep the progress from then to now, and that's even better feeling to know that like, oh, okay, cool, I'm doing something right. So.
Bro, you know what I mean? You're doing a lot of things right, bro. I'm say that because from the previous time when we talked, it's been about a couple years or so. So from then until now, within that just time frame, you've been doing it before I met you. You've been doing this way before I met you. And so from what I'm seeing right now, super proud of you, bro. Salute to you, dude. I see the progress. I see it. I see the maturity, in your artistry. That's what I'm saying, man. We need the artists like you pushing that pen, pushing that envelope for the culture. And, you know, speaking of culture, you know, you said you're mentioning how you want to, you know, proceed to push that opportunity in that pen for, you know, our Tokos, our Usos out there, just the poly.
Yeah.
How has the reception been with the poly community as you've been grinding out here?
It's a good response. It's a good response. Like I feel like it's 50-50 because half of it is like, you know, they rock, because some of the polys that when they first see me, they don't even know I'm poly, so they're just kind of like. So when I finally throw it out there in the movie, they're like, "Oh, what? Soljah? Yeah." Like, right, cool. Yeah. So then there's the other half where it's kind of like, "Oh, like he's Mexican too? Yeah. All right. Yeah, he all right." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's small stuff like that, but I mean that's been happening before the music, so it's like that don't even faze me none. So it's like I say, like race and culture aside and all that other stuff, like I know that Villiami ain't made for everybody, and I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? You rock with it, you rock with it. If you don't, like, Villiami is for everybody, even though it's not for everybody. So
definitely. I feel like the times right now with, you know, the audience, they're more receptive to new things and different things out there. Back in, you know, when like in the 90s, when we're growing up on, you know, the era of hip hop, you know, that little golden era that we like to kind of kick it back to, we were hella unaccepting of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to be original, you had to be on your own shit. You couldn't copy, you couldn't be some copy and paste of another MC. So right now, you know, like you never know who's Polynesian, you never know who's Tongan, Samoan, Hawaiian, Fijian, and that's why I say salute to you, Oos, because like I said, when you don't have to say it, it's all in your representation. I feel through you when I'm seeing the music, bro. You know what I'm saying?
What's up? Yeah.
Just like, you know, a cat used to tell me, like, you make music, you Samoan, but why you don't make Samoan music? I'm like, what you want me to do? Pick up a uke? You know
what I'm saying? I mean, that's a part of it. Yeah.
It comes with it, right? Part of it, It comes with it, man. I would literally step off stages sometimes, and some of my own people would look at me like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? That's real shit. Hell yeah. Man. And I see you grinding, man, and I see like how you vlogging. Like I said, you putting these little movie clips of your life together, and I see you got a good balance of, like we're talking, you know, balancing life and personal home. How does that go for you? You know, you're so busy trying to keep up with the entertainment industry. How's the life balance?
I mean, I'm an artist, so I feel like I pay attention to a lot of detail about stuff. So when I feel like for example, if I feel like everything in the music is going smooth, like everything's been going my way, shows, whatever it is. But then I kind of like look over here and I see like the family life a little lacking on some departments, and put it on myself as a man to like just separate that time and be like, you know what, everything's straight on this side. Like I feel like having a team has a lot to do with that too, because a lot of stuff that I don't got to worry about, you know, that I used to. Because back then I was just doing it dolo. So right now that I got the team, so I have a little less stress, and I have more room to make that time now where I'm like, okay, well, everything's getting handled over here. I'm gonna go see what's up with the family, make sure everything's straight on this side now. So it's literally just, I like, you know, any man worth his salt is gonna always put his family as a priority. You know, no matter what, whether my career is going good, like, you know, I don't care what kind of opportunities are for me. Like, it's not worth like time with my family, because that's something that you ain't never gonna get back. You could lose money in this music industry, career stuff, but you could get that back. The time with your family, like your loved ones, like that's something that, you know, we only got a limited amount of birthdays, you know. So, and yeah. So I feel like it just falls on me, and I put it on myself that to where like, okay, I need to make sure that everything's balanced out, just so I feel cool about it, you know. And yeah, I just be making time now. I just be making the time to hang out, tap in, make sure everybody's cool, you know. I feel like that's just part of it. It's just part of it. And these are, because it's my family unit and close friends and homies that I be checking on all the time, the ones that were having my back when I started this. So if I don't go back and tap in with them, then I feel like that would make me look a little crazy. So it keeps me humble for sure. It keeps me grounded. It kind of shows me like this music thing, like the fame and all the attention ain't worth that. I'd rather have my family's attention than anything else. So
that's real,
you know what
man.
I'm saying? So,
you get to so many industry motherfuckers, so it's like, man, I want to go home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I've already been to some of these little, industry functions and around some personalities, and it's kind of like, not to knock it, but I'm like, I see what it is now. It's like, all right, I'm gonna continue building over here with what I got. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the beauty about being a Juice County artist. Like, I don't really have to go outside of the home turf for anything. I literally built all my resources here. So now it's like, if anybody wants to fuck with Villiami, like, you got to come over here now. You got to come over here and fuck with him. So,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
I
got invited to a few things, out that way, on the other side of the 605. And I actually got invited to like a poly cipher. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty dope.
Okay.
Polynesian cipher, you can believe that. So this shit didn't actually air because there was 3 MCs that were from Orange County, and the rest were from like Long Beach, Carson, LA, Inglewood. And so they were going, and then when it was our turn, I was the first one up from OC. And I'm coming in like rap, and like the shit you know what I'm saying? That's what we know out here, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like we do our homework out this way in OC, because we take this hip hop shit pretty serious. And so after that little moment, like one of the Usos are like, they got Samoans in Orange County, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's real, man. And I feel you, and I salute to you, because you caught that win, and you're like, all right, cool, I'm gonna keep building. I see what it is, and I see what it has been, but like, it doesn't stop me. I'm still building. I'm gonna keep moving this way. So what has been your biggest lesson you learned since being in the entertainment industry?
I mean, I feel like it's probably one of the biggest lessons you get. It's probably like a recurring lesson for anybody that wants to step in this. But yeah, if you're gonna be, about your business and really put all 10 toes in this music business, like the music business, is different from being an artist. That's the one thing I want to explain to everybody watching. It's a difference between being a music artist and being in the music business. As an artist, you can do what you want. You know what I mean? Like, you like it, I love it. But when you're in the music business, I feel like the biggest lesson I learned is that you can't let your feelings interfere with the business at all. Don't take nothing personal. If at first you see that, like I said, I was coming into this like pretty much, flaunting the fact that I was Tongan, Mexican, Samoan, and like I was flaunting that, because in my mind, like, that's what sets me apart from everybody. It's like, is that one thing that like the rap, people can judge for themselves, and for the most part they'll say like, yeah, Villiami, like, ain't nobody spinning like him out here, and. But yeah, like, through all that, the attention, the opportunities, and all the level ups and all that, even the downfalls, even the setbacks, like, you just gotta not take it personal. You gotta learn to not take it personal. It's just business. It's gonna be hella L's before you see one dub. You might have take 10 L's in a row before you see a dub. But you gotta be willing to go through that. If you're not willing to go through that, then you ain't really finna make it far. A lot of people feel like when they take a L, like, they just stay stuck and stagnant. But it's like, nah, like, you gotta take that as like, oh, okay, now I know what it is. I know what not to do next time. When this comes around, I know who to trust instead of, So, and it was like, before I have the team right now that I had to, like, really reevaluate my circle a couple times because of everybody that was around me at the time. Like, either they wanted something out of me, or whatever the case. They just didn't have my best interest out. So that's definitely a learning, phase that you go through. But yeah, man, like, when you step in the business, like, don't let your feelings, mix with that. Just keep it business, Like, don't take nothing personal. Don't. Yeah. Like I said, no one's rocking with you at first. You got to make them rock. You got to give them every reason under the sun to rock with you. It's like, oh, okay, you know what? Y'all ain't messing with me right now. I'm gonna build with these, 5, 10 people I got over here. And once this turns to 20, 50, 100 people, they're gonna take notice over there. They're not gonna have no choice because it's like, damn, you see Villiami everywhere. Now you look crazy because you don't rock with him. So it's like, I took that. I told myself that, like, if they're not rocking with me right now, I'm gonna give them a reason to.
Right.
I'm gonna give them a reason to rock with me because I've always felt like the underdog out here at first. Not so much anymore, but like I feel like starting off, especially coming in, like we're not many polys, especially out here. Like we out here and we do our stuff, but in the scene we're not really like highlighted like that. So as soon as I start getting the same attention that some of these bigger local artists start getting, that's when I was like, oh, all right, like my foot's in the door. Now I'm gonna really like apply some pressure and keep my feelings out of it. I'm just gonna be doing what I do. Yeah, exactly. You just gotta muscle down and like keep your feelings to yourself and just get over it and realize like, just like your feelings about the situation is temporary. It ain't gonna last. You just gotta keep working. Because if they're not gonna rock with the music right away, I mean, the one thing that they respect about Villiami off the bat is that, hey, he's a hustler. Like I ain't really tapped in with none of his music like that yet, but like I could tell he's a hustler. I see him hustling out here all the time. He's at every show, he's at every event, he's at doing videos, doing vlogs, this and that. He's in the studio, he's at rehearsal. I'm always doing something when you see me.
Hell yeah.
If that's the important, yeah.
I've seen the Uso Umu Beats making like Villiami style beats. I'm like, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Man. This is called progression, and this is called sharing the culture with each other so that we can move together here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to Umu. Yeah, shout out to Umu for that, man.
By the way, make sure y'all check them out. But
yeah.
What you're talking about, Us, and you are a pure example of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You're taking your art form, you're making a living out of it, and you're being an entrepreneur, and then you're sharing it back with the community to let them know this is how you go get it. Because a lot of motherfuckers out there, they want to show you what they got instead of showing you how to go get it. You know what I'm saying?
That part, that's a bar.
I respect you for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And your grind alone says it, alone, like, all right, cool. This is what the industry's about. I'm gonna be over here. You can still check me out though. I'm still rocking. I'm still live.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My shit's still moving and it's gonna keep moving. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up right there. You know what I mean? So like you coming out here, straight out of Anaheim, California, west side of Anaheim. For those of you guys who don't know, if you're sleeping under a rock, we over here down the street by motherfucking Disneyland and shit. But you know what I'm saying? There's a grimy part to the magical kingdom that they don't know about.
Oh yeah.
What's a big misconception growing up out of west side of Anaheim?
I mean, just that, bro. Like, you pretty much summed it up. It's like everyone just sees Disneyland and automatically assumes what they assume. Like, oh, what could possibly happen over here besides racist cops and car accidents? You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, I mean, it's just one of those things. I feel like over here in Anaheim, we got like two sayings: if you know, you know, and fuck around and find out. So
don't fuck around and find out, man.
That's the best way I could put it. You know what I mean? Like Anaheim got its own bullshit, but it's like we claim it. And, the ones that are really from Anaheim really understand the city and know how it works. And yeah, just that the biggest misconception about the city is that it's just a tourist attraction.
Yeah.
And again, like I'm not trying to paint a negative portrait of my city either, but I'm trying to bring it to light where it's like, hey, like the fireworks look nice, don't they? But the fireworks look nice, but then if you look right across the block, you've seen that car speeding off and like, so it's like
down Harbor, you're gonna see all the hostro right there.
That's what I'm saying, man. You go to beach and ball, that's a different type of fantasy land. But hey, you like it, I love it. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Anaheim has its own little story, and I'm happy because there's more artists besides myself that are coming out that are really like shining light on the situation about our city. And it's good because I feel like people are waking up. And I guess when I started, that was like my biggest thing, other than just being like the best MC and all that, like the regular stuff you do. I feel like you feel like you got to be the best if you're going to do this. So, but then later on, I started like really thinking about me like, oh man, I represent this city where like no one really knows us as far as the music. No one really understands the scene. Like hella people didn't even know there was a scene out here for this time. Like I said, they just see Disneyland and they're like, all right, but no, we got stuff cracking over here. It's just like I said, the city of Anaheim could do better, but you know, in time, you know, I'm working on it. I'm actually trying to like, hold on, I got my manager right here actually.
What's up, yo?
My boy George.
What's up, man?
Hey, what up, MJR? What's up? Salute, family, salute. Hey, thanks for everything y'all doing, man. Supporting the artists out here. Big respect and big ups to the family and the team for Villiami, man. Y'all doing y'all shit.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. We just trying to put OC on, man. I grew up in Anaheim too, so we're just trying to put our city on, you know?
Yep.
Hey, that's what's up. Keep on keeping on, man. We need that shit, man.
Yes, we're trying to
propaganda they feeding us. They try to take motherfuckers like off the circuit, but like you know what I'm saying? Our avenue live and direct, bro.
Yeah. So we're trying to get more involved with the community. So hopefully we make our way and we can start, you know, putting the conversation in front of people's faces. You know, like ways to improve what we know that city's lacking. You know,
yes, sir.
A lot of the stuff that's lacking, like it don't even make the news. That's why I say if you know, you know.
Exactly.
You know,
speaking of news, bro,
Disneyland's gonna cover up anything that happens with like within that little perimeter. So
that's what I'm saying. Speaking of news, man, like you can't turn on the news now and not see Anaheim with so much like traffic going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I trip out because like I had the news on the other day. I just leave that shit on just because I like to hear what the background is going on. Yeah. But when you watch, it's like, and I'm just asking you too because you are a resident. It's getting worse out here. From what I can see, it's getting worse. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. We know it's getting worse, but it's like,
you know what I mean? It's
you turn on the TV and it's kind of like, oh, Disneyland prices went up. Make sure you get your tickets today. And it's like,
some shit went down in my apartments the other day. Like everything was there.
Yeah, man.
Man, dude got killed over here at the Circle K the other month.
Yeah, heard about that. I heard about that.
Bro, right there. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We got you coming up, you know what I mean, making good positive changes and, you know, good news for the community. What's next? What's new coming up for you, bro?
Right now, as far as music, we got the Summertime 2009 Deluxe. About to wrap it up today, hopefully. So that'll be out in September. And I got an event. I got the release party actually on September 30th at FTG in Santa Ana. Yeah, so that's gonna be pretty big. We're planning that right now. Then I got collaborations with the little bro De Niro Soprano right now. I'm collabing more with artists right now, so I'm just looking to collab with people for the rest of the year. Get some singles out, get some visuals out. I'm like, it's the same thing with me, man. I'm just working all the time.
Bro, I want to see you with you and Young Go on a track. Seriously, man.
Oh, man, shout out to Young Go, man. I've been paying attention.
Speak it into existence, and we're gonna use this as a little clip right here, and then we're gonna tag them. So you know what I'm saying? Yep. But like I'm telling you, man, you guys both have that lock on your sound. You know what I'm saying? And I'd like to see the collaboration with the lyricism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
I know some of my people are connected to him somehow. So I mean, we're all connected. You already know, we all connected somehow. So yeah. So I mean, it'll happen. But you know, for shout outs to Young Go, shout outs to all the poly artists that are really putting it down right now, bro. Like I'm starting to see a lot more poly artists pop up and reinvent the sound, and you know what I'm saying, add their little flavor to it. So I'm happy about that. Like that makes me really happy to see.
Definitely, man. And I'm really happy to see you still grinding, bro, because like I said, you come from that lyrical pen pushing, you know, type of artistry that I have a huge appreciation for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like really, man. You saying it without even saying it. You know what I mean? And with that being said, bro, like before we do, you know what I'm saying, part ways, I know you got a busy schedule, you got recording coming up, but what is your advice or any like words of wisdom for any young artists coming up out there, trying to make it, trying to start, maybe a little hesitant?
I would say It might sound corny, but you know, you got to take your time. You know what I mean? I feel like any young artist barely stepping in this that's kind of curious about it and is like, man, I feel like I can do this, but I'm not sure. I don't know where to start. I feel like before you go, surround yourself with people that can help you on the journey. Before any of that, before you start building, you got to really hone in on the craft. Like you were saying, it was like, do your homework. Like if you don't, that's one thing I did before I stepped into this hip hop full fledged, and I was like, yeah, I'm Villiami, the rapper, me, Anaheim, all that. I did my homework. I literally used to sit in my grandma's house every day, watching hip hop documentary after documentary. I know about DJ Red Alert. I know about, you know, the Boogie Down Bronx. I know about KRS-One versus MC Shan. I know about, you know what I'm saying? I know about, you know, Busy Bee versus Molly Mall. I know about, you know what I'm saying? The Brooklyn parties, all of that. So it's like I really honed in on my I used that time to really understand what I was getting into. And I feel like once you understand what you sign up for, the answer is going to be more clear. And if you still feel like you're passionate about it, if that knowing the history makes you passionate about it, you're going to want to, you know, sharpen the pen game. And that's exactly what I did after I was done learning. I would just spend every day in my grandma's house just writing. No one knew I rapped. I didn't even tell nobody. I was rapping. I would just post like verses on Facebook sometimes and just let it float on the internet. People started catching on like, yo, what is this? Is this a song? Like, who wrote this? I'm like, oh, it's me. Oh, what? Man, you should really put that on a beat. And that's how it starts. Once the momentum starts gaining like that, just follow it, build on it. But I feel like you got to become a fan of yourself before anything. And that's what happened. Like, I remember the first verse I wrote after going to the homie's studio for like weeks and him telling me like, no, that shit's ass. No, that shit's trash. No, you could do better. After all that, no. I remember he gave me the Memory Lane instrumental from Nas. And he's like, yo, do something to this. Let me see what you could do to this. And this is Nas we're talking about. So I'm like, I hope I don't fuck this up. Man, I have never to this day spent that much time on a verse. I spent 3 weeks writing that verse. And I've never spent no longer than that on a verse since then.
Wow. Because
it's a Nas beat. So I'm like, man, I'm not trying to ruin the legacy. So I finally did it. I took it to my homie Alex. We recorded it and he was like, yo, like, this shit's good. This shit's really good. Like you finally came with some shit, bro. Hell yeah. And I'm like, and all that happened on a Nas beat. So that was confirmation for me, like, oh, okay. Like I'm getting there. Like I'm there already.
We on.
So once you get that feeling, like you're a fan of yourself, like, man, this is like, I felt at that point, like, this is one thing I can't do wrong. This is one thing I can't mess up. It's one thing I cannot do wrong. I can't do bad at it. Like, this is just the one thing that I could just do. I just do it. And then it's like, once you have that feeling, I feel like you'll be more comfortable, like anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like moving around in this business, because you're secure within yourself. That's another thing that people in this business can see. They could tell when you're not comfortable in your own skin, and they take advantage of that. And they'll be like, oh, well, yeah, maybe you should do this with your image, or you should do this with your sound, or this and that. They just gonna make you sound like the next motherfucker. When you're superpowered, when hip hop gave you the superpower to be you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you give that up, it's like you don't really have no superpower no more. You just like the next man. The next man, you know, might as well be the last one. It's just an assembly line in the music industry right now, for real. But yeah, that's my advice to everybody. Just be secure within yourself and be a fan of yourself before you try to get people's attention out there. Because once you're a fan of yourself, it shows, and people are gonna gravitate towards it.
Real shit, you know what I'm saying? Some people may not be comfortable with that kind of energy that you got, but like that's their problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, Villiami ain't for everybody, but the people it's for, I got y'all.
Food for thought. Look, as we take it a little, you know what I'm saying? Food for thought right there. You know what I mean? Dropping these gems, family. That's what I'm talking about. And Oos, I just want to say, man, I really do appreciate your grind, your art that you're putting out. And please plug us into that release. I want to be there. We will be broadcasting live for Concrete Jungle, yo. Want to be up in the building for that, supporting that, man. And Oos, for real. From one Thoko, yo, to another, man. I appreciate you, Oos. Keep doing your shit. Keep inspiring us, bro. Flowers, all this shit. If we was on TikTok together, we'd be throwing all these gifts and shit. But like, bro, salute and respect, peace, and much love, man. Seriously. Anything y'all need, you need, bro, we can connect. That's what we got going on. You got going on, we got going on out here too, bro. Once again, yo, with the Concrete Jungle, it is your Uso Devotion with the Concrete Jungle, chilling, yo, with your entrepreneur artist of the week, King himself, my Thoko, my Oos, Villiami. Make sure you catch that Catch 22 gear. Make sure y'all stream the music. We'll plug it in, yo, at Villiami. Follow my bro right here, yo. Make sure y'all keep it locked.
This is the real Concrete Jungle.